What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back to another episode of the Dope Sports Podcast, brought to you by DopeContent.com, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, we are live on Twitch, on YouTube, and DopeContent.com. So give me a little time to get up in here. We got a lot to get into, but we're not going to waste your time. We're going to do like we did the last episode. We got through it very quickly, so let's keep it moving. We're going to keep it going. We got some NFL news, well, updates, I should say. We're going to go over week 2. Then we're going to make our predictions for week 3. You already know what it is. If you're new here, let me tell you how it is. You come through, you leave your predictions, even if you're watching on Twitch. Go to the YouTube page, Dope Content, leave your predictions in the comment section on Dope Content YouTube page of this video. If you outpredict me, you will either win an Amazon gift card or a free Dope Content shirt straight from me. See what I'm saying? So you got a chance to do something. Like the video, tell people to come through, leave your predictions, and you got a chance, you know, to win an Amazon gift card or dope merch. So let's get right into it, man. We got a lot to get into. Let's get right into it. We got the NFL, ladies and gentlemen. Week 2 is in the books. Let's go ahead and give you a rundown, and let's see how many games I got right. Chargers lose to the Chiefs 27-24 in Kansas City. Kansas City is 2-0. Justin Herbert went 33 of 48 for 334 yards. Pat Mahomes was being typical Pat Mahomes. So I did predict the Chargers to win that game, so I lost that one. So I'm 0-1 right now. Jets upset the Browns 31-30. That was my upset prediction. So shout out to the Jets, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Flacco 26 of 44, 307 yards, 4 touchdowns. Nick Chubb with 17 carries, 87 yards, 3 touchdowns. People are mad at Nick Chubb for his last touchdown, and it was like, hey, you should have took a knee or you should have went down. Me personally, I would never get mad at somebody for putting more points on the board. Your defense got to step up. Simple as that. And the defense didn't step up. You lost to Joe Flacco and the freaking Jets at home. Speaking of the Jets, Wilson, the wide receiver, 8 catches, 102 yards, 2 touchdowns. Don Maker was good. So I'm 1-1 right now. Then we got the Washington Commanders taking that L to the Detroit Lions. That was another prediction I made right. 36-27. Carson Wentz, 30 of 46, 337 yards, 3 touchdowns. St. Brown, the wide receiver for Detroit, had 9 catches, 116 yards, 2 touchdowns. Goff threw 4 touchdown passes. So now people are asking, is the real Jared Goff back? Is the real Jared Goff back? Or maybe this is a new Jared Goff. Maybe not even say the real Jared Goff. Is this the new Jared Goff? And he's finally, becoming a star that people thought he was when they drafted him. So we'll see with that. But Detroit is a good team, man. They really go as their quarterback goes. So if Jared Goff is good, Detroit is going to be good. They got a nice roster, man. They got a lot of talent there in Detroit. So I said this earlier. So I wasn't shocked by Detroit beating Washington. So let's keep it moving. I'm 2-1 so far. Tampa Bay Buccaneers take out the Saints 20-10 in New Orleans. Jameis Winston went 25 for 40, 236 yards, 1 touchdown. Leonard Fournette, 24 carries, 65 yards. Brady was very frustrated on the sideline because the defense wasn't doing that hot. But in the fourth quarter, they did turn it up. They only scored 3 points up until the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter, they put up 17. So that's one of my predictions that fell. So I'm 2-2 so far. Marshawn Lattimore got ejected for fighting, and Mike Evans got ejected for fighting. Bruh. And that's just something they do every time they play each other. It's not nothing new. This is not anything new with these two. If you know the history of Mike Evans and Marshawn Lattimore, you expected it at this point, honestly. They're going to fight every time they get on the field together. So it is what it is. The Panthers lose to the Giants 19-16. That is a prediction, another prediction I got right. So shout out to me. 3-2 so far. Daniel Jones, 22 of 34, 176 yards, 1 touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, 15 carries for 102 yards. Richie James, 5 catches for 51 yards. The Giants are 2-0 for the first time in 6 years. So shout out to the Giants, just only because I predicted them. So shout out to the Giants for helping me get that victory and look smarter. The Patriots take out the Steelers at home 17-14. That's one that I got wrong, so I'm 3-3. Matt Jones, 21 for 35, 252 yards, 1 touchdown. Harris, the running back from New England, had 15 carries, 71 yards, 1 touchdown. Aguilar, former Eagle, 6 catches, 110 yards for a touchdown. Patriots defense stepped up big time in this game, so shout out to them. The Jaguars shut out the Colts. That's another victory that I got right, so shout out to me on that one. 24-0. Trevor Lawrence, 25 of 30, 235 yards, 2 touchdowns. Robinson, 23 carries, 64 yards, 1 touchdown. Matt Ryan, he just looked washed, man. I told y'all Matt Ryan was washed. All the Colts fans was, hell yeah, he's better than Carson Wentz. I'm like, is he? Is he really? I didn't want to believe that. And so far, I'm sure to be right on Matt Ryan again. So the Dolphins with a huge comeback victory over my Ravens. I hated that. But I'm happy for the Dolphins, but I am a Ravens fan, so you know Ravens flop. But yeah, this game was crazy. Lamar was going off early, man. Lamar Jackson went 21 for 29, 318 yards, 3 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson also had 119 yards on the ground. Push play in the building was good. And it looked like Baltimore was about to run through them. It looked like Baltimore was about to run through Miami, and they were running through them until the fourth quarter, where Miami came back and put up 28 points in the fourth quarter. Once again, they got the win 42-38. Defense just folded for Baltimore. Tua went 36 for 50, 469 yards, 6 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Tyreek Hill, 11 catches, 190 yards. Jalen Waddle, all this speed on this team, bruh. 171 yards, 11 catches of his own, 2 touchdowns as well. Like, it's a lot of speed. It's a lot of speed in Miami, and we knew coming in, speed was going to be a problem for everybody that plays Miami, man. So, shout out to Miami, man. That's a huge victory for them. They 2-0 as well. Baltimore, hey, pay Lamar. Lamar is doing his job. Give that man his contract. Lamar's going to ball out. And he said he's not doing no more franchise tags or none of that. He's not doing none of that. So Lamar's earning his money. So we'll see if he can stay healthy. If he stays healthy, I think he's going to get paid big time. Now let's get on to the other quarterback, Tua. I told y'all in the offseason. Tua is not as bad as y'all thought he was. He got weapons now. And, you know, like, it's no excuses for him now. Just like Jalen Hurts. I said the same thing about Jalen Hurts. We're going to get into him. But I told y'all, my last podcast before the season started, Tua and Hurts are not as bad as y'all think they are. And so far, they are showing exactly what I said. So shout out to Tua, man. I hope he have a great year this year. Like I said, he got plenty of weapons, plenty of speed. I mean, Tyreek Hill, Waddle, Raheem Mostert, Chase Edmonds. It's speed all around this guy. So Tua should have a good year, you know, barring any type of injuries. Hopefully he don't get injured or anything like that. But I lost that game as well. Let's keep it moving. I predicted the Rams to beat the Falcons, and the Rams barely escape. As we have them beating the Falcons 31-27. I'm going to get to the comments. If I miss the comments, I'm going to get to them. I apologize. I'm looking up on this screen. The comments are down here. So I'm going to get to them. So if I don't respond right away, I got y'all. But the Falcons lose 27-31, making a huge comeback in the fourth quarter, scoring 17 points. Holding the Rams 3 points in the fourth quarter. Matthew Stafford had he went 27-36, 272 yards, 3 touchdowns. Cooper Kupp, 11 catches, 108 yards, 2 touchdowns for the Rams. So shout out to the Rams for helping me get another victory there. 49ers take out the Seahawks 27-7. I picked the 49ers to win that game, so that's another dub for me. Both teams are 1-1 now. Geno Smith went 24-38, which is not bad. 197 yards, but 1 interception. Garoppolo had to come off the bench because that was a horrible injury to Trey Lance, man. I hated to see that. I hated that. I really hated that for him, man. Bruh. So I really hated seeing Trey Lance go down like that in his first real opportunity in the NFL. It's similar to the Dak Prescott injury that he had, man. So he's done for the season, and it's going to take him a while to get back mentally and physically back to where he wants to be. Lockett, for the fantasy players, if you playing Tyler Lockett, good job for you because he had 9 catches, 107 yards in the loss. Let's skip that game because we're going to focus on the Cowboys and Bengals after this. Broncos take out the Texans 16-9. That's another victory for me that I picked. Russell Wilson, 14-31, 219 yards, 1 touchdown. Cortland Sutton had 7 catches, 122 yards. Russell was getting booed a little bit. He was getting booed a little bit in Denver. They already impatient with him, which is kind of crazy. You just gave that man over $100 million, so you stuck with him. I just want you to know that. But, yeah, he was hearing a little boos at home early. First home game, getting booed. That's crazy. The game that we did bonus coverage on after the Cowboys game was the Raiders losing yet again, going 0-2, taking on Arizona Cardinals. They lost 29-23 in overtime, where Hunter Renfro, whatever you call him, however you say his last name, fumbled twice in the same drive in overtime, and the second time it was picked up, and Murphy ran it 59 yards to the end zone. So 0-2 for Derek Carr and the Raiders and Devontae Adams. Cardinals are now 1-1. Kyler Murray turned it up in the fourth quarter. Shout out to him. 31-49, 277 yards, 1 touchdown. Josh Jacobs, 19 carries, 69 yards. Zach Ertz, 8 catches, 75 yards. At the end of the Sunday night game, we had the Packers take out the Bears, which is another prediction I got right. So Aaron Rodgers, 19-25, 234 yards, 2 touchdowns. Aaron Jones on the ground, 15 carries, 132 yards, 1 touchdown. Sammy Watkins, 3 catches for 93 yards. That boy out there looking like Randy Moss. Let's move to the Monday night games before we get back to the Cowboys and Bengals. The Bills destroy the Titans, 41-7. Josh Allen, 26-38, 317 yards, 4 touchdowns. Dalvin Cook, little brother, 11 carries, 53 yards. Diggs is just killing the game right now. Wide receiver, 12 catches, 148 yards, 3 touchdowns. He even hit the little genuine dance right there, the same OG dance on the field after scoring a touchdown. The Bills look real dangerous. A lot of people are picking the Bills to make the Super Bowl this year. So far, so good. They look real dangerous right now. Speaking of another team that's looking real dangerous so far, the Eagles, 2-0, taking out the Vikings, 24-7. Jalen Hurts, what I tell you, he's better than what y'all think he is. 26-31, 333 yards, 1 touchdown. Miles Sanders, 17 carries, 80 yards on the ground. And a tight end, Dallas Goat, whatever his name is, I can't even see his name. 5 catches, 82 yards. I can't even see his name. It look real fuzzy right now. It's probably not even Dallas. Hold on, let me click on it. It might be another guy that they got playing tight end. Oh, it is Dallas Go Dirt. All right. I just wanted to make sure. But again, the Eagles, I understand they beat the Lions and they beat the Vikings. And the Lions, they barely escaped, but the Lions turned around and destroyed Washington. So the Lions are better than what people think they are. And the Eagles, I'm not picking them to win the NFC East like everybody else is doing right now. I'm still not picking them to win the NFC East, but, you know, they look good. You got to give them credit. I'm a realistic guy. I'm a Cowboys fan, but the Eagles look good. You got to give them credit. They look good. They look good. So let's get into this Cowboys and Bengals game. We'll see what they do when they meet up with the Cowboys and, you know, higher ranked teams and et cetera, et cetera. Because I know people like Michael Parsons and Tank Lawrence and them, they're not going to let you just run around like that. You know, they're not going to let Hurts just run around like the Vikings did. So we'll see how they go once that game gets here in the season. Cowboys taking out Cincinnati Bengals.
Let's go.
Cowboys taking out the Cincinnati Bengals 20-17. Game-winning field goal by Brett Maher. It was a defensive game. It was a defensive win for the Cowboys. Cooper Rush did a lot. You know what? Let's get into Cooper Rush. I learned a couple of things about the Cowboys this week. Let me tell you what I learned via social media about the Cowboys this week. Cooper Rush is better than Dak.
Bruh.
Noah Brown is the real number one receiver and better than CeeDee Lamb.
Bruh.
Tony Pollard should get more carries than Zeke.
Bruh.
I'm trying to figure out what other stupid thing I heard this year. I'm trying to figure out what other stupid thing I heard this week. Cooper Rush better than Dak. They should trade Dak. Tony Pollard should get more carries than Zeke. And Noah Brown's number one receiver. That's what I heard.
Bruh.
That's what I read on social media. Just, oh. And the Cowboys are going back to the Super Bowl again.
Bruh.
Oh, hell no.
Like, just stop. Every week, y'all just dramatic. Y'all overdo it. If they lose, it's all hell breaking loose. If they win, they Super Bowl contenders and this and that. It's week 2, bruh. You're not going to know what a team really is until about week 4 and 5. That's when you find out who your team really is. Week 1, week 2, week 3, that really don't matter, honestly. It really don't. It really don't matter. For example, Carolina went 4-0 last year, and then look what happened to them. I think they won 5 games total, maybe 6. I think they won 6 after going 4-0. The first 4 games don't matter. They matter as far as, you know, wins, losses, but bruh, stop thinking you can just, this team Super Bowl contender, this team is trash and out for 4 weeks. No, that's not how it works in the NFL. It don't matter. But anyway, let's get into the game. Joe Burrow, 24-36, 199 yards, 1 touchdown, sacked 6 times for 34 yards.
Bruh.
Cooper Rush, 19-31, started off great. Then the second half, he just went downhill. And then he had 3 passes on the last drive that was good to set up the field goal. 235 yards, 19-31, 1 touchdown. He was sacked 1 time. Great job by the offensive line of the Dallas Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 15 carries, 53 yards. Tony Pollard, 9 carries, 43 yards. Noah Brown led the team once again in yards. 5 catches, 91 yards, on 5 targets, 18.2 average, 1 touchdown. CeeDee Lamb being CeeDee Lamb again, 7 catches, 75 yards, 7 catches on 11 targets, 10.7 yard average. Tony Pollard, 4 catches, 55 yards, 13.8 average. T. Higgins, 6 catches, 71 yards, 1 touchdown. Jamar Chase pretty much held in check by Trayvon Diggs. Y'all gonna start putting respect on Trayvon Diggs as well. Jamar Chase, 5 catches, 54 yards. Joe Mixon, 3 catches, 26 yards. Now, and once again, Dallas Cowboys got the win. Michael Parsons, dominated the O-line, dominated La'el Collins, the former Cowboy, making Jerry Jones look smart for once, because La'el could not do anything with Michael Parsons. He was getting to the quarterback with ease. So star up. Big shout out to Michael Parsons, man. He was a star of the game. Donovan Wilson was a star of the game, replacing Jaron Kearse. 8 tackles coming in, making big plays. Van Der Esch with 7 tackles. Diggs with 6 tackles, including that huge tackle on 3rd down in the 4th quarter. Anthony Barr had a great game, 6 tackles. DeMarcus Lawrence quietly had a good game with 6 tackles of his own. Defense stepped up, man. Defense stepped up big time in this one. And that was the difference. Well, I ain't gonna say that's the difference. The difference between what we saw in week 2 versus week 1 with Dak and Cooper Rush wasn't that Cooper Rush is a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. Stop that BS. Bruh. The difference was you ran the ball for over 100 yards this week versus last week where you didn't do that. Zeke got the ball more than 10 times this week. Tony Pollard got the ball 9 times this week, which is about the same as last week, but he had a better run average. Last week, he only averaged 2 yards a carry. This week, he averaged 4.8. Running game was different. Defense, 6 sacks. Big difference. They didn't sack Tom Brady like that. So, you know, if y'all want to sit there and say Dak is worse than Cooper Rush, all right, whatever. I'm done arguing with y'all being stupid. But it's crazy how y'all do that. It's crazy how y'all do that, because Lamar Jackson had to deal with the same thing when it came to Huntley starting last year when Lamar got hurt. Oh, Huntley is just as good as Lamar Jackson. Really? So why did they start losing all these games once Lamar got out last year? How did they go from being a top 3 playoff team in rankings to not making the playoffs at all once Lamar got hurt? If Huntley is just as good as Lamar Jackson. I don't care if Cooper Rush win every single game that he plays. I'm not taking him over Dak Prescott. For example, in New England, what's his name? Jimmy G, when he filled in for Tom Brady, he won all those games. Nobody was saying Jimmy G was better than Tom Brady. When Teddy Bridgewater filled in, shout out to Rob for the sub.
Let's go.
Appreciate it, Rob. You already know what it is. 14 months in a row. Make sure you go to the, you already know what it is, Rob. You already know to hit the YouTube up and watch the replay and all that, et cetera, et cetera. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you. But in New Orleans, when Drew Brees got hurt and Teddy Bridgewater went 5-0, nobody was saying Teddy Bridgewater was better than Drew Brees. But Lamar Jackson gets hurt and Dak get hurt, and they quarterback do decent. Cooper Rush, 2 games. He's 2-0 from last year and this year. He might be 3-0 because I feel like they're going to beat the Giants. And then you got Lamar Jackson again. Huntley played well. It just wasn't well enough to win the games. And all of a sudden, Huntley is just as good as Lamar, who was a freaking MVP in the league. And Cooper Rush is better than Dak, who hasn't had a losing season since joining the NFL. Like, y'all crazy, bruh. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. But yeah, shout out to the Cowboys. I forgot to go to my Cowboys screen. But shout out to the Cowboys for getting the win, man. As you see on the screen, once again, they bounced back against the Bengals. I'm mad. I did not go to my screen at all. I'm really mad at that right now. I done made this whole overlay, and I've already talked about the Bengals and Cowboys. it's over with now. So it's over with now. So Rob said I'm finna leave a like real quick. People be wild and say it's done. Yeah, man. But hey, it is what it is. Y'all see the screen. I'm gonna at least put it up so y'all can see it. But once again, Cowboys bounce back against the Bengals week 2. They take on the Giants Monday night, week 3 in New York. I'm gonna get my predictions on that as I go back to the NFL and give my predictions on that. And once again, if you're new here or if you not used to watching the sports podcast, what we do is, even if you watch on Twitch, go to YouTube leave your week 3 predictions, like the video, and if you out predict me, you will get either an Amazon gift card or a shirt, dope content shirt for free. That's all you got to do is out predict me, like the video on YouTube, and leave the comment in the YouTube. That's all I'm gonna say on that. But yeah, Cowboys, once again, Cooper Rush, good job, man. You a good bus driver. Good job, Cooper Rush. Joe Burrow, still need an offensive line, apparently. Getting hit 6 times a game is just ridiculous, man. And let's see if the Cowboys defense keep it moving, man. I like what I'm seeing from the defense. So shout out to Dan Quinn and them. Hopefully Michael Gallup comes back this week. Hopefully he comes back this week. I think Jason Peters is about to finally play as well, so we'll get into that. But shout out to the Cowboys once again, man. Let's get right back to the NFL. Let's make our week 3 predictions. Once again, I just explained how to do it. If you want a chance to win an Amazon gift card or a free dope content shirt. So let's get right into it. Week 3. Starting off Thursday night game, the Steelers versus the Browns in Cleveland. I am Browns. Amari Cooper. Yeah, I'm taking Amari Cooper and the Browns. That's what I'm doing. Steelers at the Browns. Did my internet freeze? What the hell? I just see a little logo. Hold on. Let me make sure we back. Let me make sure we good. I see that little circly thing going around. Let me make sure the YouTube good. Hold on. Make sure we back. Let's make sure we back. Yeah, Nick Chubb got chewed out from the fans for scoring his last touchdown. Talking about why you let the Jets offense get back on the field. Like, stop that. Don't get mad at a man for putting points on the board, man. Nick Chubb had 3 touchdowns last game, Push. Tell the defense for the Browns to step up, basically. Simple as that. But the Browns versus Steelers, I got the Browns in that game. Chicago versus the Texans, I got Chicago in that game. This one is going to be a little tough one because both teams are not looking hot right now. Raiders at the Titans. Both teams 0-2. They playing in Tennessee. 12 noon game. Right, Push. Noon game. I got the Raiders got to win this. I got the Raiders, man. I got the Raiders. I got the Raiders winning. They have to. It's no way they lose to the Titans right now. The Raiders got to win. Chiefs versus the Colts in Indianapolis. I got the Chiefs, man. I told you, Matt Ryan is washed. I told y'all that. Bills versus Dolphins in Miami. Oh, both teams 2-0. Bills looking real dangerous, but Miami in this speed, man. I want to pick the Bills, but I feel like this speed of Miami is going to expose them a little bit on defense. But then again, their O-line is not that great, and they got Von Miller coming after them. Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. That's tough. Ooh, that's tough. That's tough, bruh. I'm struggling with that one. I ain't gonna lie. They in Miami too. Buffalo is favored by 5 points. That's tough. I'm gonna go with dang, that's tough. I'm gonna go with Miami. I'm gonna go with Miami at home over Buffalo. That's tough though. Lions at the Vikings. This is another tough game right here. It's another tough game right here, but I'm going to actually pick Detroit for the upset again. I'm picking Detroit again for the upset over the Vikings. Ravens at Patriots. Y'all know what it is. Ravens flock all day. Got the Ravens over the Patriots. Jets taking on the Bengals at home. The Jets are at home taking on Cincinnati. You know what? I think the Bengals are going 0-3, buddy. I got the Jets with another win, man. They look pretty solid right now. I got the Jets with another win, and they got a nice little team. So, did I freeze again? Hold on. Oh, no, we still up. All right, just making sure. When I see the little circle thing, I get nervous, man. But I got the Jets over the Bengals this week. Bengals will be 0-3. That's crazy because they just came off winning the Super Bowl. But yeah, Jets over the Bengals. Eagles at the Commanders. Carson Wentz versus his former team. That's going to be a very interesting game right there. That's going to be a very interesting game right there. But I have Philly is favored by 6.5 too. I'm going to go with Philly, man. Philly look too good right now for me to have them losing to Washington. So I'm going to go with the Eagles on that game. The Saints versus the Panthers. Panthers been losing some heartbreakers 2 weeks in a row. Jameis Winston, I think Jameis Winston is going to have a bounce-back game. So I got the Saints winning that. Chargers and the Jaguars, I got the Chargers winning that in a very good game. That game will be a good one. Cardinals and Rams, I got, and Arizona. That's going to be a good one, too. I got the Rams. Hold on. I'll take that back. I got Arizona. LA is favored by 3.5 points, but the way they look, the way they almost blew that game against Atlanta, man, they make me nervous, bro. So I'm going to go with Arizona. The Falcons at Seahawks. You know what? Seattle's favored by 2. I'm going to go with the Falcons on the road to beat Seattle. Packers and Buccaneers in Tampa Bay. That's going to be another good one, man. Give me Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay will be 3-0. 49ers and Broncos in Denver. That's another good one. There's some good games this week, bro. Good Lord. I'm going to go with the 49ers. No. Yeah. Yes, I am. I'm going to go with the 49ers. Yes, I am. I almost said Denver, but the way they've been looking, they barely escaping with the Texans, and they lost to Seattle. Like, yeah, I'm going to go with the 49ers. And then we get to our main event, Cowboys versus Giants. Giants are 2-0. Once again, for the first time in a long time, they are 2-0. Giants looking good. Saquon Barkley is being Saquon Barkley again. But nobody else on that team scares me as far as the offense. I don't care about Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones doesn't put fear in my heart at all. If we can stop Saquon, we can win that game. Cooper Kupp is a good enough bus driver to win us the game. So I got the Giants losing and the Cowboys going 2-1. The Giants falling to 2-1. That is week 3 predictions. Once again, leave your comments and go like the YouTube video. Even if you're watching on Twitch, go to YouTube, leave your predictions for week 3 and like the video. First of all, subscribe if you ain't subscribed. But go to YouTube, like the video, and leave your comments on my YouTube page of this episode for a chance. If you out predicting me for week 3, I just gave you my predictions. You'll win an Amazon gift card, and you'll win a Dope Content shirt for free. It's easy. I'm trying to reward the people that do come in and watch, man, because I want to show love to the ones that do come in and watch. So shout out to y'all. Philly Ira said, "Fly Eagles, fly." Hey Philly, again, I don't know when you joined, but I'm not one of those, biased fans. I'm a Cowboy fan, but I'm not biased like that. Eagles look good, man, and I'm picking them to win in Washington as well. So I got the Eagles going 3-0 this week. So hey, I'm a real one. I call it for what it is. I keep telling people Jalen Hurts is better than what people think he is. And I said it before the season started. So now we finally get to see it. So I'm happy for Jalen Hurts. I'm happy for Tua in Miami. And I'm gonna cheer for Jalen Hurts until he plays the Cowboys. Honestly, that's what I'm gonna do. So moving right along, shout out to everybody that's in here. Is Twitch still work? Like, what is going on with Twitch on my computer? Twitch is acting real funny. But hey, if it's not up on Twitch, you can always watch on YouTube and dopecontent.com. Let's keep it moving, man. We talked about the Cowboys over the Bengals. I got them beating the Giants as well. Before we log off for the day, I told you I'm keeping it short and sweet. Before we log off for the day, huge shout out to the Las Vegas Aces.
Let's go.
Las Vegas, led by Asia Wilson and Becky Hammond, win their first ever WNBA championship, taking out Connecticut. Ladies and gentlemen, put respect on the WNBA, man. Y'all already know I'm not gonna tolerate no WNBA hate. That's not what we do here. I show respect to that today sport like I do the NBA and everything else. Finals MVP Chelsea Gray, averaging over 20 points a game, over 7 assists. Asia Wilson, the WNBA MVP this year. Then you got Coach Becky Hammond, first year coaching, and she's also the coach of the year. So Vegas is just loaded, man. You got Kelsey Plum averaging 17 points and 4 assists. I mean, like, this team is loaded. They are favorites to win next year already. You might as well put them up there because I don't think they're losing anybody on this team, especially their big three in coaching. And what's crazy is they had this team last year, and they had Liz Cambage, the toxic girl that I was talking about. They were favored to win last year from a lot of people. A lot of people had them favored to win last year. And I was like, nope, they're not going to win. The finals was going to be Chicago and Phoenix. And the finals ended up being Chicago and Phoenix, with Chicago winning last year. They get rid of Liz Cambage, and instantly they're favorites again, and they're in the finals, and they the new champions. I'm just saying, Liz is done. Liz is done. So, but once again, shout out to the Vegas Aces, man. Asia Wilson, Chelsea Gray, and the whole crew. And once and for all, ladies and gentlemen, before we leave, we finally got an agreement between Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford, ladies.
Let's go.
It is about time. Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford agree to terms on a November 19th match. We finally got the boxers to agree. Now, it's still not official. Because we still got to get the lawyers and the contracts printed up and finalized and all that. So, but this is a good sign. Both boxers agreed to a date, and apparently it's going to be in Vegas. So they agreed to a date and venue. So now I guess they got to finish the money side of it. That's my only thing that I can see holding it up. Like, who's getting paid what, and what's the what's the split going to be? So, which I know Crawford wants 50-50. Or was that right? I can't remember. I'm not even going to say that because I'll be lying because I can't remember who wanted what. So I'm not even going to go there because I'll be lying on the podcast if I just say some random numbers and who wanted what. But this fight is looking like it's going to happen this year. And if it does happen, chat, who do you have winning this fight? This is the hardest one for me to pick because when they first started jawing back and forth years ago, I was like, Spence is not ready. Pusha, he got a draw. When they started jawing back and forth, a couple of years ago when they first got into it, I said Spence is not ready for Crawford, right? That's where I was at with it. A few years back, I was like, after, when Spence was fighting Mikey Garcia and all that, and I went to that fight, I was like, Spence not ready for Crawford. But ever since that Mikey Garcia fight, Spence has been turning it up against Sean Porter and in his last fight where he beat the old boy down, put knots out on his forehead in Dallas. And then Crawford hasn't been looking too hot, even though he's been winning. Crawford ain't really been looking the same. And Crawford has shown that he can be rocked. Crawford got rocked by a couple of people, starting back with Gamboa back in the day. Like, Crawford can be rocked. So if Spence rock him, I think Spence can finish him. So now I'm just like, I think Spence might be ready to go ahead and take Crawford out. At first I was leaning towards Crawford, but now I'm leaning towards Spence. So I think Spence will get the win if they go at it. So you say it's Lomachenko? No, I think Lomachenko is a division lower. He's smaller. Yeah, he's smaller. But yeah, man, I think Spence go take it if they fight. Hopefully they stick with the November 19th. Cause I will do a watch along for that one. I ain't gonna lie to you. I will be live on Twitch doing a watch along for that one. But yeah. We finally got a fight agreed to from the boxers. And that's something we haven't had in all these years. The boxers finally agreed. That's big. But I'm gonna lean towards Spence, man. Crawford a dog though, but Spence showed he could be a dog too, man. And man, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough. If Spence apply that pressure, I think he'll get him. If he try to outbox Crawford, I think Crawford got a little too much speed. I think Crawford's a little faster and more explosive. And man, I don't know, bro. I'm struggling. But I'm gonna stick with Spence. Man down, hand down, man down, strap season from the city, from Texas, from DeSoto, you know what I'm saying, which is South Dallas. So I gotta rock with Spence on that, man. But shout out to everybody that came through today, man. I got all push comments. All the other comments disappeared from earlier. So, but yeah, I definitely appreciate y'all for real, man. Definitely appreciate y'all coming through. If you missed it live, you already know it is. You can go to YouTube and watch it, the replay. The replay will also be up on dopecontent.com. So as soon as I'm done, I'm going to take this and put it up on dopecontent.com. So shout out to y'all for coming through. I know it's an early morning stream. A lot of people are at work and etc. So I get it. Trust me, I get it. Y'all normally always come through with the replays on Twitch. So I appreciate y'all for that. Now I need to get the replay views up for YouTube. That's all I'm saying. So go to YouTube, like the video. It's live now on YouTube. But go like the video. Leave your predictions. I don't care if you're a streamer or whatever for your chance to out-predict me and win Amazon gift cards or dope content merch. That's all it is. And I don't know when the next time I'm going to be live because I'm going to be in Colorado this weekend. We might go live again next Tuesday. We might do this again. This might be a every Tuesday thing, depending on how the work, how the job and all that goes. So shout out to y'all once again, man. Y'all be safe. Till next time, I'm out.
Let's go.